Bead, distributor of over 50,000 beads, crystals, and components, and direct importer of the complete line of Preciosa crystal, Miyuki Delica and seed beads, and Preciosa Ornella check glass beads and charlottes. JohnBead.com.
Hi, I'm Leslie Rogalski. You'll remember last season when we did doodle beads, I started you off with some basic stitches, and we're going to take things a little further, and we're going to start with the square stitch, which you already know how to do. I'm going to show you how to increase and decrease this time. So we're going to start with the drawing. Now if you remember, this is how we did the basic square stitch, and I'm going to take you to the next row. You're going to add the same as you do in regular square stitch, just like this. Now here's the thing with adding a row of square stitch, you have to add 2 rows. You can't ever add a single row. So here you have 2 beads in the first row and 2 beads in the second row, and you're going to pick them up like this and go around through it and go around through it and then back into the same row and work across and do the same thing on the other side. Now let's move to the bead work, and I'll show you what it looks like when we do the beads. Here we have the piece with your 3 rows, and you can see that I have 4 beads ready to go here. Now I'm going to do this 2 at a time, just for a time saver here. It's actually called 2 drop. And you can see how they sit right on top of each other, and you can kind of nudge them with your finger. There's your extension. If you look back at the diagram now, you can see these are the beads we just added. And back to the bead work. Here we go, and you're going to come through that new row and continue by picking up the next beads and work all the way across, and you're going to do the same thing. Now I'm using size 10 cylinder beads here. They fit together really nicely in square stitch. Needles that fit through the holes, here you can use a size 10 or 12 needle, and I use a braided beading thread because it's very strong. And the thing about cylinder beads is they have nice big holes because you're going to pass through your beads in a lot of passes. I'm going to go back to the diagram to show you how to decrease now. The thing is, you just want to come out in the right position. So you've come out of your row where you're going to decrease, and you're going to come back here. So you're coming out, you're going to add your beads, and you're just going to come out and where you want to decrease and work back. And it's as simple as that. Over here where the beadwork is, you can see that I have some samples that show increase and decrease. This is going to be a bracelet, and on my finger I have a nice little ring that shows how easy it is to do increase and decrease. Now I'm working in a beautiful iridescent green, again size 10. These are size 10 cylinder beads in black and an opalescent white. Here's very tiny little seed beads. These are cylinder beads also, but they're 15s. So that's the increase and decrease square stitch.
Bead, distributor of over 50,000 beads, crystals, and components, and direct importer of the complete line of Preciosa crystal, Miyuki Delica and seed beads, and Preciosa Ornella check glass beads and charlottes. JohnBead.com.